Bruin Shavers SEC Sports Podcast Picks of the Week. Let's jump right into it, Darren. Our first game, an 11 a.m. kickoff. Samford is coming to College Station to face the undefeated Texas A&M Aggies, coming off a tremendous comeback last week against South Carolina. Darren, who do you like in this contest?
Aggies.
I'm right with you.
I think we're unanimous on that one.
Another 11 a.m. game. It's our SEC game of the week. If you listen to our main episode this week, Missouri is coming to Norman to face the 8-2 Oklahoma Sooners, who are positioning themselves for the playoffs.
Playoff run.
They going to take care of business, Darren, or does Missouri have a chance to pull off an upset?
I think Missouri can make it a fun game to watch, but I think this is an Oklahoma win. I think they are on their playoff trajectory and will continue it.
I've got the Sooners as well. An 11:45 a.m. kickoff on the SEC ESPN network. By the way, we didn't mention that that whole YouTube TV, Disney, ESPN, it's all worked out.
It's Georgia. We should applaud appropriately there.
Charlotte's coming to Athens to face the 9-1 Georgia Bulldogs, who have rediscovered their physicality.
Yeah. I just feel so bad for the 49ers are just going to have such a bad day. Big time Georgia win. Big time Georgia win.
I hope it's a nice check.
Yeah, exactly.
A 1 o'clock in the afternoon game, Eastern Illinois.
Yeah.
Wow. Eastern Illinois is coming to Tuscaloosa. I wonder who knew who set this game up.
Exactly.
Who faced the Crimson Tide coming off a tough loss to Oklahoma last week. I don't think it's probably going to affect them in this game, Darren. I've got Alabama.
I don't think there is a last week's disappointment hangover big enough to make a difference in this game. Definitely Alabama.
Another 1 o'clock game. Mercer at 9-1 comes down to Auburn to face the 4-6 Auburn Tigers. Now, we talked about Tennessee Tech and Kentucky last week. It wasn't exactly close at all.
No.
Same case here.
Yeah, I'm not going to fool me once. You know the old saying, Mercer goes down. I'm not going to fall for it twice.
Right with you. A 2:30 p.m. game on ABC. Arkansas is traveling to Austin to face the 7-3 Longhorns. Arkansas coming off a loss to LSU. Texas coming off of a beatdown at the hands of Georgia. Are they going to rebound against Arkansas, or is Bobby Petrino going to find a way to lead the Razorbacks to an upset victory?
No, there's just I don't see a feasible way. I mean, when you're minus 10 in turnovers and you're giving up 32 points a game, and I know this Texas team hasn't been lights out when it comes to offense, but when you come in that your average that you give up is 32 points a game, even if Texas is off offensively, they can win this game.
What's the over and under of how much time is going to elapse before Bobby Petrino says to a sideline reporter, we're just going to have to beat everybody, including the refs?
This may be the game because it's in Austin. This may be the game.
Yeah, Texas wins big.
Yeah.
Another 2:30 p.m. game, the Kentucky Wildcats suddenly at 5-5.
Man.
Mark Stoops' seat is not quite as hot as it was. They traveled to Nashville to face the 8-2 Vanderbilt Commodores, who still have their eyes set on a potential playoff run. Darren, does Kentucky come in and disrupt Vanderbilt's playoff hopes, or does Vanderbilt do what they need to do?
Ultimately, I believe Vanderbilt wins this game. Obviously, I'm picking Vanderbilt, but I do think there are some concerns with the offensive rhythm that they seem to have found. This quarterback's name Bowles, I believe, is his last name. Has really seemed to find some rhythm. And honestly, they can do some things out on the perimeter, which has been a Vanderbilt struggle all season long. But I don't think they have the speed of a Texas or some of those teams that really exploited Vanderbilt's weaknesses. So ultimately, I think this is a Vanderbilt win, but I think Kentucky can make us a little bit more uncomfortable, kind of like Auburn. I think Kentucky can make Vanderbilt fans a little bit more uncomfortable than we would like. How about you,
Looking
Ben?
at the slate of SEC games, this is really for me the only one. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know Missouri fans will argue with this, but to me, this was the one legitimate one that could possibly be an upset. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna give Mark Stoops the benefit of the doubt. It usually doesn't work out well for me when I do this, but hey, I think Kentucky has a chance to pull off an upset here. Sorry.
I hope Mark Stoops fails you. I'm just saying.
A 3:15 afternoon game, SEC Network. Coastal Carolina is coming to Columbia, South Carolina to
Yeah.
face the 3-7 South Carolina
Mhm.
Gamecocks.
I,
Upset?
I, I tell you, there was a time. If this was a couple of years ago, and the Coastal Carolina Jamie Chadwell offense came into a South Carolina that was reeling the way this team is, I would be very, very concerned about this game if I were a South Carolina fan because they ran a very unique offense that's hard to prepare for. And after the disappointment of last week, there are some guys that have checked out. Not even being negative, not throwing, not casting aspersions in any way, but that's just the reality of when you're 18 to 24-year old. That stuff happens. But those days are gone for Coastal Carolina. So I think this is a South Carolina win.
Yeah, I think being back at home,
Mhm.
they win this one. A 6:30 p.m. game on ABC, a traditional rivalry, but maybe a little not quite as hyped this year because of Florida's 3-7 record. The Tennessee Volunteers at 7-3 are traveling down to Gainesville to face the Gators. Darren, who's your pick?
Like you said, the Vanderbilt Kentucky game looks like a reasonable pick. Obvious an upset pick. Obviously, I'm not going that route. So, but we always pick an upset. You know, in Gainesville, Tennessee, Florida, crazier things have happened. So why not? I'm going to go with the Florida Gators to win this game. I don't know that I completely buy my own pick, but I'm going with it. I'm going to hold on to it. How about you, Ben?
Crazier things have happened. Not many, but some
No,
have happened. Florida, it will be playing for Lane Kiffin. No, I'm just maybe. I don't know.
could be
I don't know
auditioning.
if Florida fans are going to be more into this game or more into refreshing their Twitter feed to see if Lane Kiffin's made a decision.
Absolutely.
Regardless, though, I think Josh Heupel, he's got his Tennessee squad ready to play, and I think they leave Gainesville with a victory. 6:45 game on SEC Network. The Western Kentucky Hilltoppers come down to Baton Rouge for a Saturday night in Death Valley. It's senior night. Western Kentucky 8-2, LSU at 6-4. Darren, who do you like here?
I think this has to be an LSU win. I think what Western Kentucky, from the little bit I've seen of them or about them, what Western Kentucky brings to the table is offense, and that's if you're an LSU fan, that's the one thing you want an opposing team to bring in because you feel like you can stop that. What you don't want them to bring in is a shutdown defense because that could scare you for sure. So I think this sets up well for LSU and it's Western Kentucky. So it's an LSU win.
Yeah, it's the last game of the year, last
Yep.
home game of the year for LSU senior night. Frank Wilson has got these guys believing in themselves. Uh, I think the Tigers win this one. So that does it for our picks for this week. What are your picks? Send us a comment. Let us know who you're picking, and hey, if you get it right and we get it wrong, be sure to let us know about that too.
Absolutely.
And in the process of rubbing it in, hit that subscribe button. That will ease our pain just a little bit, our embarrassment of getting it wrong. But we appreciate you watching every episode that comes out throughout the week, and enjoy the games, and we'll see you next time.